Hello. Hi, everyone. We are here for another Obelisk stream. It's been a while, but I got in all new audio equipment today. So, got it all set up in time to do this, and I am off today, so thought may as well, right? Turn this down a bit. We're going to be in the winners final as soon as it starts. We have Ghost Rider, who is in the lower bracket. We also have Dueling High, and we have Fungus Among Us, who are in the upper bracket. So we only have 3 left. I guess usually we try to do like the whole top 4 of these. I guess for whatever reason, we weren't able to get all 4 people to schedule, but that's all right. We're still here. We're a little early, but I like to show up to these things a little bit early so that we don't miss any of the match, right? The only replay I could find whenever I was trying to research what the players are on was Ghost Rider is on Chaos Turbo. I didn't see anything from the replay that indicated that he's on his like Mask of Darkness Time Seal Turbo deck. A little bit low. I might be a little bit quieter now. What about now? Though I'm going to be quieter in the lives than I am in my regular videos. So if you're comparing it to the regular videos, then yes, I am definitely quieter. But as far as I can tell, the levels I'm hitting, pretty close to what it was before. But yeah, so we have at least Turbo from Ghost Rider. I don't know why I couldn't find replays from the other players. I may just be blind. But probably am blind. I imagine Fungus Among Us is on Chaos Turbo and Dueling High probably on Warriors if I had to guess. But it is 3 o'clock. So we should be getting going fairly soon. Just gonna hit everybody up here in the Discord. See what's going on. Any chance of seeing Ancient Gear Golem? I highly doubt it. All of these players, of course, are playing for an invite to the World Championship that I don't believe. I've been a little out of the scene for the last few months. I don't believe any of these duelists have an invite yet, but who knows? I could be wrong, right? We'll see. I'm not sure. I'm not sure why the volume seems low for everybody. According to my OBS over here, I'm hitting the same levels that I normally do for these streams. But again, if you're comparing it to the regular videos that I upload, I am louder in those due to editing and such. But this is the most underrated goat deck? Probably Rescue Cat. Or Rescue Cat or Swag. I know a lot of people. What? I mean, what are we starting now? Does that mean you're hosting? Or what account are you on? There we go. Got it. Yeah, it might be a little quieter than the regular stuff because I'm not sending it through my other like editing stuff or whatever. But on my end, it's it's showing that I'm like pretty much at the same volume that I normally am for these streams. So I'll listen back to it later though and see if that is incorrect, if it's lying to me. Possible. That said, everybody has a volume up button on their computer or some way to turn volume up. All right, here we are. Winners finals. Person who wins this match is going to be in a very good position to take down this Obelisk here. The person that loses is not out of it. They do just drop down to the lower bracket. They will have another shot. It is a double elimination tournament. For those of you who are new to the Academy stuff. Ash is spicy is Fungus Among Us. Goat format staff. All right, dueling high on Warriors, it appears. Not surprising. We get Kaiku and Blade Knight out of here. So we have a Dark Light in the graveyard for dueling high right off. That's pretty good. Let's see how dueling high responds. Maybe we've got some Trinity over there as well. We do have a Graceful Charity. That is probably not as impactful. It can be for the Warrior deck right after a duo. Let's see what Dueling High wants to discard here. Premature Burial and a second Blade Knight. So presumably we have something to run over this face down. Or maybe not. We have 4 back row, all placed manually onto the board. Upstart Goblin. Okay. And a back row. And Dekoichi. Okay. So, yeah, definitely looks like Turbo over here. No surprise for either of these players. It's interesting that we let the Blade Knight go. And we didn't decide to do any attacking here. Oh. Heavy Storm. And imagine, yeah, we don't even flip the Solemn. We just take the life points. Yeah, and say, imagine this meets a Solemn if we're setting 4 for the Warrior player. There is no time limit for the matches, no. We could be here all day long. Now, the duelists do have to play at a reasonable pace. If there is slow play, judges can still be called, but no time limit. We have another back row from Dueling High and just a very quick pass. We opted to go on the controlling route. We had the option to keep a Blade Knight. We had the option to keep a Kaiku earlier. Yeah, Mirror Force taking out Deco. That's not really what you want to use your Mirror Force on, but you got to do what you got to do when your life points are getting low, right? Don't want to die to just a random ring from Fungus here. All right, we draw a Knock. That's pretty good. We get the Sinister Serpent out. All right. Suppose, yeah, we set that to play around Trap Dust Shoot. That makes sense. It sucks to have to give up your Sinister Serpent if you're the Turbo deck, though. Very important card to have around for those Raigeki breaks and such. Sangan getting in there. Dueling High already down to 2,100. Of course, 4,500 taken out in one chunk by the Solemn Judgment. Not helping out with that situation. And we do see Dawn's Alug that evaded my eyes at first because it was placed all the way over there. Backing on into the Sangan. That one's also going to hit a Mirror Force, so Mirror Force stopping two 1,400 attackers this game. Okay, we'll set a card to play around Dust Shoot, activate the Jar of Greed. Is the Sangan going to go the distance? Tsukiyomi. Let's get in the game right here. We do have the Torrential, okay, but Sangan just gets to pick up another piece, so not the end of the world for Fungus, of course. But Dueling Hide, sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. It doesn't feel good to Torrential a Sangan, but yeah, pick up the Night Assailant. That could very well mean we have a Raigeki Break or something over there. Oh, we have Thunder Dragon too, okay. Let's see if we do any holding of priority. I guess we probably don't. We would just let the Trap Dust Shoot go here, assuming we have a Raigeki Break. Fungus having a think here. We know about Night Assailant, Double Thunder Dragon. Oh. Ooh. Ooh. That is a disgusting card destruction. So the other card we didn't know about was Tribe. That's a card you would like to hold on to, but it's not the end of the world if it goes away, right? Did we? I didn't see. Yeah, we picked up Deco. See if Dueling High draws anything. I mean, just zero pressure over there from the Warrior deck this entire game. That's not really what you want to see if you're on the Warrior strategy. There is a Blade Knight, though. I don't have high hopes for this one, but it is definitely trying its best. That is for sure. Ring, okay. Dueling High 100 too high for that to take out the remainder of the life points, but still gonna do a nice chunk, that's for sure. See a Jar of Greed. We just need to attack in with anything at this point. Graceful Charity, sure, why not? I think, yeah, Heavy Storm is already gone. Yeah, I'll say we could have MST plus Raigeki Break potentially. Or, you know, maybe the attacks just go through. Who knows? Yeah. Dueling High, not even going to show the card. We're just going to scoop it up and go on to game 2. So Turbo takes game 1 against Warrior. That is exactly where the Turbo deck wants to be. We'll see if Fungus is on the new Turbo side strategy. This is not new, but it's kind of what the Turbo players have been playing recently with Apprentice Magicians and Mobius and a whole bunch of Sakuretsus, sometimes a Widespread Ruin. Been a very common siding strategy recently. I don't think the Go Format YouTube channel usually doesn't stream the Obelisk. It's usually generally done on other channels. They usually take care of like the full tournaments, like the PWCQs, GFCs, stuff like that. Sometimes the FLCs. Dueling High often has some interesting sideboard stuff as well. Just have to see what he wants to bring in. I'd like to see the Apprentice Magician siding from Fungus here. I think it's actually really cool. I love Apprentice Magician as a card. So here we are with game 2. Dueling High leading off with the Delinquent Duo this time. Let's see what we hit here. Yeah, taking out the Graceful Charity. That is exactly what you want to see as the Warrior player. And into Kaiku with a set 3. That is about the best you can hope for. And we have a Trap Dust Shoot as well, so Breaker getting out of here. Snatch, Card Destruction, and Saku. Okay, that's not a bad 3 cards for Fungus here. Snatch coming down. Do we have an answer to it? No, we don't write off. So, all right. I mean, given that you got hit with an insane Delinquent Duo taking out your Graceful Charity and then a Trap Dust Shoot, not the worst start for the Turbo player, right? Comes Exiled Force to take out the Kaiku, but hey, the Snatch still picked up a +1, so that's essentially negating the card advantage from the duo. Kaiku, a little bit less of an important card for the Warrior deck than Graceful Charity is for Turbo, but we draw Sinister Serpent, so we get to card destruction that away for a free card. And Mystic Swordsman level 2 is the ditch for Dueling High. You like to see that if you're the Turbo player too, but there could be a Call of the Haunted something here. Donzalug, we do have Knock face down, okay. Sangan getting out of here, Dawn coming in. I imagine we are not going to, oh, we're gonna Saku, interesting. Kind of tempting to just take the 1400 there. Don't have any cards in hand, but we just clear the Donzalug, and we'll see. We'll see what else happens here. We don't know if the set for Fungus is the Sinister Serpent that we know about. Oh, there's Call of the Haunted, though. So if it is not Sinister Serpent, then we are getting some value to Spy. Okay. We know Snatch Steel's gone, so this Breaker's just chilling. Not a good spot for Fungus here. We know the last card in hand is Sinister Serpent. And setting a monster out into the level 2, that's probably the Serpent, right? And we rip Rhoda off the top. Yeah, this one looking like it's going to be going to a game 3 for sure here. Down to 2200. No light in the graveyard, so we would have to find a way to get a light in the graveyard and to get a Chaos Monster here. And that's not even guaranteed, because, like, Dueling High just set 3 cards. That could very well be a Solemn Judgment as that last back row. Yep. We're just going to scoop them up, and we're going to be going on to a game 3. Forgot to get me some water, so strawberry soda is just gonna have to do it. Oh no. We didn't really gain any, like, super important information, I guess, from that game. We know Fungus sided in Sakuretsu, but, like, what Turbo deck is not siding in Sakuretsu against Warrior? And we didn't really see anything from Dueling High that I can remember. Everything looked fairly standard there. if we see Mr. Volcano in this stream, I will I'll be very happy. For some reason, I just don't think that's going to be happening. I'm not sure what it is, but those were indeed some fast games. But that's how it goes with the Warrior deck sometimes. Warriors can, play the grind out control game, but often it's looking to close fairly quickly against Turbo, so games go fast either way. You got the rescue cat watching with you. Very nice. Very nice. All right. Game 3. Like I said, the loser is not out of the tournament, but the winner setting themselves up very nicely in the grand finals. Their opponent would have to win 2 matches in a row to take down the tournament. So definitely want to win this match. Thunder Dragon into card destruction off the rip. Oh, Giant Orc. With the Dork here? We had Sinister Serpent too? Oh man. Yeah, that's a juicy turn 1 card destruction into duo. So we got the BLS, the Heavy, and a Kaiku from Dueling High as well. Man. That is brutal. Definitely some Trinity heavy or power heavy games at least. You can count card destruction's like what? Honorary 4th member of Trinity. Solemn, man. Ditching Solemn and Sasuke. So I was gonna say we do have Light Dark for Dueling High, but we also just have the BLS in the graveyard, right? Giant Orc card I like. Okay, Pot of Greed is a way to help out a little bit with the card advantage that we lost. Players back to even on cards. Card destruction, technically a -1. Is negated by the Thunder Dragon, of course, but I think you're taking that -1 for that card destruction all day, right? Graceful Charity coming down. And second Spy going to the graveyard. And Donald Zalug is out of here as well. All right, we've got a Blade Knight. We haven't seen a Spy yet, so if this is a Spy, it's going to be walling up the Blade Knight no matter what. If it's not, and we don't have a Battle Trap or something, Blade Knight might be a way to gain another +1 here. We do have the Mirror Force, okay. It's Blade Knight out of here. I imagine we're going to see what this face-down monster is fairly soon. Let's get back the Serpent. We do have Trap Dust Shoot from Dueling High. So let's see if we can get some more information on this hand really quick. BLS going back. Makes sense to me. Heavy, Trunade, Sinister Serpent, Sangan. Ugh. Yeah, Heavy's going to hit pretty hard here. We're at a Dust Tornado and Mirror Force, and we have a Deco. Looking like Fungus might be going to the winners finals here, especially with no BLS over there for Dueling High to bring the game back with. We'll see though. We know Sinister Serpent is the 1 card in hand, so we know we set Trunade. Trunade's interesting. You don't see that from Turbo very often. We have Trunade and Giant Orc as Kaiku comes down. got a premature burial. Okay. Mirror Force is gone, right? Yeah, Mirror Force is gone, so I guess this is how you try to get back into it here. Churnade looking kind of foolish against that. That does not make it a foolish burial. A very wise burial, actually. And target Kaiku. So we have double Kaiku. See where this gets us. Attack over Deco. The attack is going through. Okay. This would be a wild comeback if Dueling High is able to pull this off. See what Sangan gets us here. Magician of Faith would be pretty nice. We saw Giant Orc earlier, so I imagine we're not playing the Apprentice Magician package. Spy makes a lot of sense as well. Just kind of wall up these Kaikus forever. I don't know why Spy wasn't the first thing that came to mind. We got a Jar of Greed draw too. And a Pot of Greed draw. Okay. Can't summon any Chaos monsters here. But we can Graceful Charity too. Yep. Serpent Jog out of here. What else do we have? And face down, presumably Spy. Level 2. Yeah, level 2 still in rotation. So level 2 or Rhoda would be great here. Mind Control, also pretty good. Dueling High is playing Spies. We did see 2 go to the graveyard, right? If we have a 3rd Spy in the deck, that would be pretty good. Otherwise, this just... Oh, it's Moth! Oh, we didn't set the Spy. We set Moth? Oh. All right. Unfortunately, there's not a monster big enough for Dueling High that I can think of that can end the game here, unless we have Gaff in the deck. Just Blade Knight. Okay, that's not quite big enough, but that turn was insane. Oh, we're having to think. We could still have Saku or Raigeki Break or something back here, of course. We did see 8 billion cards on the last turn for the Turbo player. Yeah, there goes the Serpent. So we're not getting that back. Let's see what's still left in this graveyard. We're going to Saku the Blade Knight. So if we get that out of there, nothing left in this graveyard as far as monsters go. Yeah, all the Thunder Dragons are gone. We do still have this Moth, so Chaos Monster is not out of the question. We just have to find a way to clear the Kaikus. Moth goes to defense, and we have a Swords. Okay. And we have an Orc. Okay. Orc plus... Oh, Ring? At exactly 2,200? Oh, wow. Wow. A Dueling High able to pull this one back. Setting them off and then, like, top decking into the Minecon was just huge. And then we summon out the orc and died to an exact ring lethal. Wow. Okay, well, that's our winners final. So we're going to jump down to the losers final, which is going to be a Chaos Turbo mirror match against Ghost Rider and Fungus Among Us. Check something over here. That's not helping out. Okay. Second update the round here. I don't really want to put losers final. Even though that's what it is. I put lower bracket final. I'm just gonna change it to top 3. That's what we're going with. It feels not great to, like, you know, if you're like watching this back as the player and you just see like loser on the on the screen the whole time. Comeback final, yeah. Trying our best final. All right, Fungus is typing in the Discord. Okay. All right, here we are. Lower bracket finals. Won't put it on the screen, but I'll say it. We have Turbo against Turbo. Like I said earlier, I didn't see anything from the replay that I saw from Ghost Rider that makes me think it's the Time Seal Mask of Darkness Turbo. It just looks like regular old Turbo to me. All right, we're leading on Trap Dust Shoot from Ghost Rider. That is the only card that we played. Contrary to the last match, the loser of this match is out of the Obelisk, so this is going to be the end of the road for one of these duelists. It will be their second loss in this 8-person bracket. All right, Deco getting out of here. And no info on the hand. Ghost Rider probably taking a screenshot just like I do. Much prefer the screenshot to just having the cards typed out. That's okay. And we'll see how Fungus responds to this. Breaker. Okay. We're getting aggressive. 1900 of the dome to start it out. And just a back row, which we have to imagine is a chainable. Right? You don't want to just summon out Breaker, set Mirror Force, and get your Breaker Snatch Steal. Ghost Rider having a think. Tribe coming down. Okay. So both players using some pretty powerful cards early on. Breaker, of course, not, you know, incredibly powerful in the Turbo mirror. Or not as good as it would be against some other decks, because Turbo has a lot of chainables, right? But Tribe is a potential answer to BLS or Chaos Sorcerer or something like that. Ghost Rider, though, with full knowledge of what's going on from Fungus' side, so I'd imagine not criticizing the play, just talking about how we're using two of the good monsters early. Fungus draws Pot of Greed into Thunder Dragon. Pretty good way to recoup some advantage here. Sangan coming down. Not playing into Knock. Don't hate it. Set a couple of back row. Pass on over. Ghost Rider's got the Heavy Storm. Do we have some chainables over here? We have a Phoenix Wing Wind Blast. And... Torrential was the other card. Okay, that could have been pretty good with the Sangan. We just have a set monster from Ghost Rider here. And we know Ghost is going to be drawing not Sinister Serpent. A card that's good with Sinister Serpent. Tribe Infecting Virus on the next turn. Speaking of Sinister Serpent, there it is. Thunder Dragon attacking in a deco. Tribe back to hand. And we've got one set for Fungus here. Back over to Ghost Rider. Upstart Goblin's going to see another card. I think Pot of Greed is the only Trinity piece we've seen this game so far. That is correct. Thank God for mute buttons. All right, Sangan was the set for Ghost Rider. See what we pick up here. Maybe a Sinister Serpent of our own to go with a Tribe. That'd be pretty nice. I think... Oh, we get a Night Assailant. Okay, that's also a good one. No Thunder Dragons in hand for Fungus, but we do know about the Sinister Serpent. Ghost Rider right into Pot of Greed. That's a good one. Into Graceful. See what we want to discard here. Graceful Charity, always a good pickup for the Turbo deck, of course. Sorry if I'm still a little sniffly, by the way. I just got over a bad cold not too long ago. All right, yep. Discard Night Assailant and Magician of Faith, and we get Deco back. So we're leaving them off in the graveyard. That is our first light, so that makes sense. Do we have a big play incoming? We have a Chaos Sorcerer. That counts, right? It's a low-flying helicopter going over the house right now. I was like, what is that? What's that noise? So we see Sork, a face down, and a couple of back row from Ghost Rider. Pretty good setup. We have a Trap Dust Shoot as well. That's going to be pretty good. Game one here, not looking the best for Fungus. Having a big think over here for Ghost Rider. And Tribe's getting out of here. Okay, so we're protecting the Chaos Sorcerer. We do still know about that Sinister Serpent, of course. Heavy Storm, okay. It's a good way to get some stuff started. Get rid of Raigeki Break. Do we have a BLS or something coming down here? And is that enough? Is the next question. We may just have an answer to this Sork, and we wanted to make sure it goes through, which makes sense to me. But Ghost Rider's sitting over there with perfect information and 3 cards in hand. I imagine if this is an answer to Sork, Ghost Rider already knows he has the answer to that. Yeah, it is a Chaos Sorcerer, so... Ghost Rider had the option to send that back and did not, so we'll have to see what he's got to take care of this. Draw to Thunder Dragon, that's not a bad start. BLS here is looking at 3,700. Probably not enough to win unless we have a Chaos Sorcerer as well, but 1 Sork already gone. We'll see. We do know about Sinister Serpent from Fungus. We don't know this last card, but Ghost Rider does. Another face down monster. Okay. So no immediate out to the Chaos Sorcerer. Attacking the new set, it is Deco. Okay. We still have... Yeah, we still have Duo and Graceful Charity. For Fungus. Nox, not a bad one here. Do we get rid of the Serpent? No, we hit Deco. No more for Ghost Rider. 1 more for Fungus. So the Decos are gone. Unless we see 1. Could be another Deco from Ghost Rider here or in the hand. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, we forgot to banish a Deco. I'm not sure what the procedure is here. So, yeah. Just gonna ask in the Discord what's going on. That makes a lot of sense to me. I don't want to give any information either way and be wrong about it, so. We'll let the Academy staff work that one out. I don't know if we need to tag Head Judge or we need to tag Academy Chat. I'm just gonna tag. I'm gonna tag this time. I am not judging. No. I am not a judge. I know how I would rule this, but I am not dueling book staff. I'm not any sort of staff anymore. I don't know if they see that I Yeah, I've heard this ruled different ways as well. I agree with Ghost Rider. I also agree with wanting the judge to actually give a ruling on it instead of going either way. But here we wait. What's up, Dark Joey? Hope you're having a good Sunday as well. The game state. Fungus, Ashes Spicy. Forgot to banish a deco off of a knock. Only sent one from the deck and had an extra one in the deck, and then drew it the very next turn. So waiting to see if there's any sort of a judge response. I've tagged in the Discord, so Oh, okay. Ghost Rider letting it go. What's my take? My take is whatever the rules say for tournament play, honestly. This would be a situation where, like, if this was a GGP, I would call a judge and we would see, you know, what the rules say, and just let the judge rule on it. If this was a ladder match, just banish the card and draw another one. Who cares? There's a lot on the line for this, so, like, I understand where the players are coming from. Generally, and I'm usually more lenient than a lot of people, but Lavender Town, we've we've already talked about this. Everything on my end is showing the same levels as normal for these streams. Would recommend turning the volume up, but we asked for a judge, Fario. No one responded, so there's no, like, active judge, I guess, for the event. The judge call was made, CT. I tagged for the judge. But it appears to me like Ghost Rider is, like, way ahead. So well, Aiko, I don't think there's like a actual, like, staffed judge for these. So it would make sense that, you know, if someone's not tasked with keeping an eye, you know, on the tournament at all times, then they might not be there. Anywho, I don't run the events. I just show them on YouTube. Ghost Rider taking down game 1. So however you feel that should have been ruled, Ghost Rider's going to win the game. Yeah, that is out of my control, Aiko. I am not any sort of staff. I don't know how they run these. So I am simply saying what is happening. All right, Ghost Rider up a game. Yeah. We'll see how these players side. We saw a giant orc, of course, from Fungus, in the winners bracket finals. I imagine giant orc is not going to be coming in here unless we just want to get aggressive for some reason. But all right, here comes Delinquent Duo. Not a bad start. Spy and Deco out of here. And we've got Thunder Dragon as well. Okay. And Graceful Charity. All right. Okay. Fungus starting to snowball right off the bat here for game 2. Thunder Dragon, do we have a Serpent to ditch? No, we just ditched the other Thunder Dragon. All right. We got a couple of back row and a pass. So up 2 cards from Fungus's end to start out the game. Let's see if Ghost Rider has some Trinity of his own to even this out. We have a set monster and an upstart, so we're at least going to play around a trap dust shoot if Fungus decided to hold it. Okay, we've got an MST coming here on one of the back row. That one. Raigeki break out of here. Have I been a judge? No. I've never... the judge test is just an open book test. I could... I could take it if I wanted to, but I don't think I would ever actually want to judge a tournament. I guess it would help for like these situations, right? But I also think like for most tournaments, they want like whoever's judging, they want to have on like some sort of staff or whatever. And I don't want to be GOAT format staff again, and I don't want to be Academy staff. Or any of that stuff, so I'm just chilling. BLS coming down for Ghost Rider. That's going to be able to pick up a +1. Get rid of this face down monster. Moth out of here. Okay. I must have missed the Thunder Dragons for Ghost Rider, so I guess we have 2 Thunder Dragons in hand. Talking about the judge stuff. Oh, Snatch Steal. Okay. That's pretty good. Right into Mirror Force. So Snatch still picking up a +1. Just more pluses for Fungus over here. As we set a back row. And immediately into a knock. All right. Night Assailants out of here. Let's see if we can clear all of the Night Assailants from both decks this time. There we go. Knock has been resolved successfully. No pressure from Fungus, so we had all these early plays, but if we can't take Ghost Rider out here, I mean, Ghost Rider is just going to be drawn into Pot of Greed, Graceful Charity, and stuff at some point, right? We do 1600 by ringing the breaker. We've got a jog here too. We are holding priority or hit points or whatever. Feel like that's relevant while listening to some Pokemon music here. Okay, we're going to Raigeki break the face down. Gravekeeper Spy, not a bad one to get out of here. That would have been some good pressure. Fungus looking at Ghost Rider's graveyard. We'll do the same. We do have Dark Light. We have BLS here, as Fungus also removes a Dark and a Light for a Chaos Sorcerer. So we finally have some pressure going. It's going to meet a ring. Okay, I guess pressure for both sides a little bit. I would say Ghost Rider is very far behind, but definitely not out of it yet. We still have Pot and Graceful coming, right? Yeah, we sure do. Gonna need to find them fairly quickly. Mind Control's not gonna help. Ooh. Do we have a 1500 attack monster to go along with this to just close out the game right now. Do we have another spy? Okay. Monster? Yeah, we have a chaos monster. Okay. So we're going to be ending this game right here and go into a game 3. It took Fungus a while to find the pressure needed, but in the end got there. So the game went the way that I think we all thought it would after turn 1. Which interaction are you talking about, Lavender Town? Are you talking about the judge call? Or... All right, game 3. Yep, just what yeah, Ash is spicy, Fungus Among Us just didn't banish one of the decos from deck with the knock, and then drew it as the very next card. So yeah, like chat said, knock not resolved properly. Who's the best GOAT player of all time? Petty Bourgeoisie. Stick by it. All right, Fungus starting off on Duo and Thunder Dragon once again. No Graceful Charity this time, though. We see all 3 Thunder Dragons from Ghost Rider. Now we're flipping up a Spy. Okay. Getting a little aggressive here. Maybe. Maybe we put it in defense. We do. Okay. All right. Let's see where we go from here. What's up, Manu? Welcome in. Little reminder that Petty lost to Jinzo number 7, Bokoichi, and Heavy Boy. That's what makes him the GOAT. That was so good. As soon as I got my machine duplications, I was like, What deck did I physically play in 2005 GOAT? The last deck that I remember playing, I was a kid, so I was 12 years old. The last deck I remember playing was some concoction with Horus and Vampire Lord. So I was playing like Pyramid Turtles, Vampire Lords. This was slightly after GOAT into... I quit like right after Cybernetic Revolution. So I had Cyber Dragons in the deck, Breaker, Cybernetic Magician, and stuff like that. So, what's up, Colice? I'm definitely alive. I've been uploading a lot recently. Colice, Colise, however you pronounce your name. Sorry if I if I screwed it up. You played Water Control? Oh yeah, I remember people like whenever what was it, Fury from the Deep, I think it was. Whenever the Water Structure deck was released, I remember people playing that. That was sick. I played a deck based around like all of the Phoenix cards as well. I had Feather of the Phoenix, Sacred Phoenix, Hand, I guess those were the only cards. Well, Phoenix Wing Wind Blast. I had all of those in a deck at one point. I played Guardian Sphinx in every deck that I had. All right, got way off track from the game here, but that's okay. That's okay. It's a turbo mirror with 4 spies in defense position. What do we have to commentate on here? And BLS is going back with this trap dust shoot. Okay. Players looking fairly even on cards. Check the graveyards here to see what's gone. Not much from Ghost Rider. We know Duo's gone. Oh, Fungus has 2 Thunder Dragons in hand. So Ghost Rider presumably has all real cards? Okay. Like Ghost Rider's position here. The Jar of Greed coming down for an extra card as well. The walls do be walling. That is true. I always say, like, I like the Chaos Turbo Mirror match as long as the spies get knocked. I hate it when the spies get involved and we just have multiple on both sides. Not my favorite. I understand why a lot of people do like the Turbo Mirror. I'm not dissing that at all, but I like game states where I'm doing things. Or, I don't know. I guess, like, technically it is doing stuff you're setting up for a kill later, but... Which is exactly what my combo decks do. Deco attacking in here, and we're having to think, so... That's interesting. Another Deco, okay. I sure do like cats. No cats down here to to nab up and get on the stream. Doors are closed upstairs. Actually, I can't really have the cats down here while I'm recording or streaming anymore because I have the green screen behind me and I don't want them to claw that. Do we have a trap dust shoot? We do. All right, so we finally get to use that. Ghost Rider's done a very good job of playing around that so far. The RGT to 1K episodes are Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. So no upload today. I actually I had to get all new audio equipment, so I'm a little behind. Even if I wanted to get a video up today, it wasn't going to happen. But that's all right. I've been taking Sundays off for quite a while. At least from uploading. Spy Sork Nass. So we have we have one Night Assailant over there. All right, sending the Night Assailant back, so I have Spy and Sork in hand. letting my beard grow until RGT to 1K. The RGT to 1K series was recorded like 4 months ago, so I've definitely not not kept up with that one, but that would be cool though. I think I'm going away from the 2-1K series in the future, and just not having a goal like that. I think the new ladder series that's going to replace RGT to 1K is going to be, I think it's going to be more fun, at least for me. Final countdown to, oh my god. Not only is Final Countdown just garbage, go format, but the games would be so long. I'm excited for the new series. I think Water Return is going to be really good. I'm actually, I'm getting Cognetti, the person that top 16 GGP Munich with Water Return, to come on the channel for the first episode of it. So we were supposed to have already recorded that, and then my soundboard died. So Destiny board to 1K, no. All right, we'll check in on the graveyards again. We've still got a lot of powerful cards left over. Duo from Fungus is the only Trinity piece that's been played so far, and these duelists are almost halfway through the deck. So once someone finds a Graceful Charity, I'd imagine this game will get blown open. The fans want the last element battles for light and dark. Well, Cornstruck should have won some matches, right? Try to win one game with the worst deck possible. I've done it. Exodia Necros. I have tried so many times for a Meme Deck Monday video to do Exodia Necros, and I still have not been able to summon it. The only games that I've won with the deck were when I just happened to get into Exodia. 60 card vanilla beatdown is not the worst deck in Go format, I would imagine. You would have a tough time. Now, if it's like level 1 vanilla beatdown, sure. Sure. We have another spy. Let's go. That's right. We knew the spy was in hand. Ring. Oh. We got BLS. Any BLSs? Spy to attack position and Chaos Sorcerer. We have to have something else, right? Raigeki Break. That'll do it. We are out of here. The spy wall has been defeated. All right. Ghost Rider is going to be moving on to the grand finals against Dueling High. Of course, just to recap that, this is a double elimination tournament, so Ghost Rider has to win 2 matches in a row. Dueling High just has to win 1, and the winner of the finals here is going to be going to Go Format World Championship. Yeah, Dueling High is on Warriors. So I'm still looking over at my OBS and it's still saying I'm hitting the same levels as I was before, but I've been trying to keep an eye on it this whole time with so many people saying that I was quiet. I'll check it later, but I don't know. I did a lot of testing with the new interface and everything earlier. We'll see. I'll ask Petty tonight if I sound quieter too. We have to record at some time. We haven't set up a time yet. So. Best water theme in Pokemon? This one? It's a good one. It's a good one. There are a lot of good water themes, though. We got Pizza Mafia Spaghetti, Super Duck, Candy Hands. We have actual Blade Knight. I'm not sure when they let a trading card make a dueling book account, but here we are. Any Gen 5? No, I think this, I can double check. I think this video is only Gen 1 through 4? This is, no, this is only Ruby, Sapphire, Emerald, Heart Gold, Soul Silver, Diamond, Pearl, Platinum, and Fire Red, Leaf Green. So I guess if you want to look at it in a certain way, it's 1 through 4. All right, we got the match here. Yeah, I'll take a look at it, but I don't know. Like, my streams are a little quieter anyway because I don't have, like, all of the compression and stuff that I usually have whenever I, like, do my sound editing and everything after. But, I think it sounds good, though. It might just be quiet. Anyway, here we are. Finals. Let's do this. Yes, place your bets now. Give me all of your money, and I'm not paying any of you out. All right. Dueling High leading on the Graceful Charity here. Pitching Saku makes a whole lot of sense. And pitch BLS to send a message. I wish I had my fidget spinner down here. I need something to do with my hands. Level 2. Okay. We'll send a message that way. Got set 4 Sasuke. Okay. Okay. Interesting. See how Ghost Rider wants to approach this. This is the turn 1 that you want to have as the warrior player. Starting off with Thunder Dragon. Okay, we have a knock. That makes a whole lot of sense. Oh, we set Serpent turn 1. Okay. We're just getting in there for 1800. Playing it nice and safe. We set another back row. I wonder if that's a BLS in hand. And we've just got, you know, 4 good cards to use. And we're just like, yeah, we'll get rid of the level 2. Keep our power card. we have another Nobleman of Crossout in that back row? We could also have, you know, Call of the Haunted, Premature Burial, something like that, to go along with ditching level 2. That's not unreasonable. I have a Rhoda, okay. I could grab Exiled Force. Yep. That makes some sense too. Here comes the Exiled boys. And Deco is out of here. Punch in for another 1800. It goes through. Ghost Rider down to 4,400. This has been a fairly quick one so far. Got a whole bunch of backer over there. Taking 1800 a couple of times is a little bit inconsequential, so I understand it. Maybe wait to see if we get some better cards to use with a potential Raigeki break or something. Get ourselves into a Chaos Monster situation to take out the Sasuke. Alright, we don't have an answer for this face-down monster. We're just going to attack it with Sasuke. It is Sangan. Okay. So if we do have a discard trap back there for Ghost Rider, this could grab... No, it can't grab Sinister Serpent, right? Because it's right here. That thing is gone. You have Dark Light. No Dark or Light for Dueling High yet. All right, we grab Night Assailant. That makes a lot of sense. That can take out Sasuke. And with level 2 gone, don't really have to worry about anything taking it out, right? Okay, there's a Raigeki break. Who decided to do top 3 during the Eagles game? I don't know. Probably some other people who don't like sports ball. I used to be a pretty big football fan. All right, Sasuke going back in. Taking out Deco. Pretty close game. I mean, the Dueling High started out on the front foot, that is for sure, but right, Ghost Rider just sitting here, drawing cards, biding some time. Eventually, we're going to hit that heavy VLS or something. Or at least that is the hope for Ghost Rider. All right, Sasuke is finally out of here. And no other monster from Ghost Rider, okay? We do not know. Do we know this last card in hand? I don't think so, right? Oh, it's Thunder Dragon. Okay, we do know the last card in hand for Ghost Rider. So, Dueling High coming in with this Tribe Infecting Virus, just trying to do some more damage, and it does get through. So, Ghost Rider down to 28. And another back row for Dueling High. We have yet to see the Solemn Judgment. If I'm remembering correctly, Dueling High set 4 on turn 1. So, I'd imagine there is a Solemn Judgment back there. Yeah, no Spy yet. Spy not looking the best against Tribe, but maybe we can find a Mirror Force to go along with it, right? Even just another Raigeki break. Oh? Oh, I guess we know that one's the Solemn Judgment because all of the other back row have been flipped to this point. That's a good call out by Ghost Rider. I like that. Yeah, we take out the tribe. Okay. Things looking pretty good for Ghost Rider. We are at 2,800, so ring is a problem here. Yeah, it is still live for Dueling High, but good memory there from Ghost Rider to know or to sniff out where the Solemn Judgment was there. Very good play. Looking over here, found my Edison deck. By the way, speaking of, we haven't mentioned it. Was it a 50-50? I feel like all of the other cards have been flipped and replaced at some point. I might be wrong. I'm gonna give Ghost Rider the credit for for knowing where the Solemn was, but I could definitely be wrong. Dawn getting in for lethal. Okay. Now, we got GG2 from Dueling Eye. A GG21. We playing some self-destruct buttons over here? That'd be a fun one. Self-destruct button to 1K. No win con. The only win con is your opponent just giving up and conceding the match. Ow. Having too good of a time. Just like slam my hat into my mic. Anyway, now that we're at siding, I'm gonna finish this thought. We have a GGP coming up as well as an RBET in San Jose at Genesis. Anybody else going to Genesis? Rage quit to 1K? That's what we'd call it, yeah. That'd be so funny. I need to build another button deck. All right, game 2. Dueling High wins. We're done here. And I get to go eat dinner. If Ghost Rider wins, well, we go to a game 3. And then if Ghost Rider wins that game 3, well, we go to a second match. Very nice. Dark Joey. I think Genesis is going to be a fun time. I've never been to California. So America too far away, unfortunate, but also probably a good thing. Delinquent Duo coming down for Dueling High. Good start for the Warrior player here. Yeah, looks like we're just going to be taking out the Thunder Dragons. Oh, and a Serpent? Never mind. That duo gets quite a bit worse. I don't mind Duo taking out Thunder Dragons. That makes the Raigeki breaks and stuff a lot worse, but a Serpent being there too, that always feels pretty bad. We do get to clear this Sangam with a knock, though, so not all is lost. No monster to attack with, though. Ghost Rider with 1 billion cards. Of course, we know one of them is Sinister Serpent, and we know one of them is Thunder Dragon, so. Level 2 coming down for Dueling High. It's a pretty good one here. See if we have a sided in Battle Trap for Ghost Rider. No, we're just going to let Serpent go. That makes sense as well. No reason to take out the level 2 if it's inconsequential if the attack goes through, right? Here's our Raigeki break. Going after a back row? We sure are. That one. Premature burial. Okay. Visiting New York in April. I like New York. Oh, we have a breaker too. Okay. It's going to meet a ring though. So that could have been a lot worse for Dueling High. We traveled pretty much all around New York. The first time that we were on tour, we went up to Buffalo, then went up to Niagara Falls, and then we drove all the way across upstate New York. Got to swim in Lake Ontario. That was pretty cool. And of course, we went down to New York City. It's a pretty state. We have Spy getting in here for Dueling High. We're not waiting on that one. We're just attacking now. Raigeki break for the other back row. Solemn Judgment's out of here. Do we have a Chaos Monster? We're getting Sinister Serpent back. Do we have Dark and Light, first of all? We do. Ooh, Tribe. How's the pizza? New York pizza's fine. It's not my favorite pizza in the world. I'm more biased to deep dish, Chicago style. That's up, Keeling. All right, just a back row for Dueling High here and pass over to Ghost Rider. We could be looking at evening this game up fairly quickly here. Tribe is the only attacker, though. We've got an MST for the back row. Mirror Force is out. That's good for the warrior player, right? Knock on Night Assailant. Okay. Quite sure Dueling Eye top decks a Kaiku. That would have been really good. I don't think we've seen Kaiku this match at all, right? There's Graceful Charity for Ghost Rider. Right on time. Could slam a pizza. Yeah, I can slam a pizza pretty much anytime. I love pizza. I'm sure that's pretty evident just looking at me, but... Definitely partial to Italian and Italian adjacent foods. Yeah, this one not looking good for Dueling High. That is for sure. Raigeki break coming down. Taking out the monster. There goes the other spy. Yeah, Ghost Rider just, I believe that's, what, 3 turns in a row of Raigeki breaking the standby? Pretty powerful. And here's Moth. Yeah, we could end this one right here. We find that Heavy Storm. We get literally anything else, I guess, other than Sinister Serpent that attacks. Looks like we lagged a little bit there. Serpent, yeah, get Duo out of here. Not going for it yet. Playing around Torrential? No, the Mirror Force. No, Mirror Force is still alive. That's right. Ghost Rider's Mirror Force is gone. All right, Dueling High at 600. Here comes Breaker. I don't know if I have high hopes for this one getting through. Ghost Rider having to think. All right, we clear Saku. That's a good start. Oh, Snatch Steal for Tribe. Okay. Book of Moon. We let the snatch go through so that we could get Graceful Charity for a third time. Love it. All right, we got 17 cards left. One of those is Heavy Storm. All right, there's Jar of Greed. We got 16 cards left. One of those is Heavy Storm. Checking the graveyard to see if I'm an idiot and just didn't realize Heavy was gone. But there's a Chaos Monster. We are out of here. We are going to a game 3. This match is evened up, but we do not have a bracket reset just yet. So Ghost Rider is a very strong Chaos Turbo player, yeah. And honestly, I know Warrior's usually favored against Turbo, and Dueling High is a good player, but Ghost Rider usually sides a lot for Warriors, so it wouldn't surprise me if Ghost Rider was able to take this down. Am I out of this tournament? I was never in this tournament. I am simply helping out and streaming the top 3, just so we have a stream for it. All right, Dueling High leading on a Pot of Greed in this one, and a Trap Dust Shoot, so bad news for the Chaos Turbo player. All we have typing, please type out the hand. I want to know. I want the information. Grace, Zom, Mirror Force, TD, Breaker, Ring. That's a good hand. That is a very good hand. I don't know what Dueling High has, but it's very tempting to send that Thunder Dragon back, right? If you don't, you're giving Ghost Rider turn 1 Thunder Dragon Graceful Charity Breaker? Whew. We are sending Thunder Dragon back, okay. Makes a lot of sense. Now we could wait on the Graceful Charity. Sure, Ghost Rider was not the happiest person in the world to see that Trap Dust Shoot, because that hand was nuts. Oh, we're just going to slam it down. Okay, I don't hate it. See what we can get into here. Ghost Rider having to think on this Graceful Charity. All right, MST is gone. That's a new card. And whoa. We discarded BLS. All right. So we still know about Zombra, Mirror Force, and Ring in hand. We don't know about the other one. It could very well be a Chaos Sorcerer that we were wanting to set up, and BLS was just the only light that we could get into the graveyard. But man. No attack from Breaker. I don't hate that. Dueling High with the ultra aggressive Moth set. Ghost Rider trying to find a break. Yeah. Could be a Moth. Pro set Blade Knight. Okay. We're just gonna crash? Okay. Oh, we drew a Saku. Okay. So we know about Mirror Force and Ring still? Mirror Force, Ring, and Zombra. We know the other 3 cards for Ghost Rider. So we discarded BLS over Saku, Mirror Force, and Ring? Okay. Okay. I understand. See what Dueling High has. We have another set monster. And a couple of backer. Okay. All right. Zombra, if that... Well, we know there is Zombra. If that is Spy down, Zombra can clear one of them. And then Ring can clear the other if we want to go that route. Get in some damage. Zom coming in right into a Mirror Force. That's a big one for Dueling High here. And Ghost Rider's just going to pass the turn. We flip up level 2. We're getting the big beats going here. In for 900. Ghost Rider down to 71. We're going to need a few more attacks from that thing. It's indeed a 9-turn clock. There's Pot of Greed for Ghost Rider. That's a good one. We do have Light Dark in the graveyard, of course, now that BLS is in there. Oh. Ooh. Snatch Stealing level 2 for value against Warriors? Wow. Dueling High just sitting here with the pro set everything, and it came back to bite him a little bit here. He's going to get to gain 1,000 life points, but... We still know about... Yeah, we still know about Ring Mirror Force for Ghost Rider, so this level 2 is protected. If we want to keep protecting it, we may just let it go at this point, who knows? No play from Dueling High. There's a jog for Ghost Rider. Sook. Now we get to keep the level 2 for free. Mirror Force is gone, so both of these get to get in. Consequence free, okay. Heavy would be insane, yeah. If you're Ghost Rider at this point, you're just thinking, don't draw it, right? Oh, there's Duo. Okay. Here comes Exile Force, clearing the level 2. All right, so Mirror Force and Ring in the back, right? Yep. Mirror Force and Ring and something else in the back now. Here comes Blade Knight. That's a big one. Probably going to turn into 2,000 life points for both players. No, we're just going to Mirror Force it. Okay, I don't hate that as well. Just passing the turn for Ghost Rider. Okay. We're in a little bit of a stall here. Here comes Blade Knight again. Okay. Does this one draw out the ring? It sure does. All right, Blade Knight down. Both players taking a full 2,000 hit here. Can Ghost Rider capitalize? No, just another back row. Can Dueling High keep the pressure up? Did we draw Blade Knight again? We drew Donzalug. That's a good one. No, we have a Dust Tornado. All right, Judgment's out of here. And we're going to use it to set the card from hand. Okay, okay. I love seeing Dust Tornado get some value like that. Amazing. So now we just got this Donzalug. We're drawing to Thunder Dragons. Okay. And that's it. We passed the turn. Okay. No jog or anything from the back row here. Donald coming in is going to get hit by a Raigeki Break this time. Back row for Dueling High. Also going to get hit with a Dust Tornado. Trap Dust Shoot. Okay. So, Duo coming down. There's the BLS. Yep, that makes sense. No other play, though. We're at 2,700, and here comes Sasuke. Can Ghost Rider draw anything to extend this match? We're checking the graveyard. Oh, that's not a BLS. Oh, BLS is in the graveyard. Heavy Storm. Is that going to be the GGs? That is the GGs from Ghost Rider. Dueling High going to take down this match and take down the tournament. We are not going to have a bracket reset here. We are donezo. So that means Dueling High, who I'm sure everyone just assumed was going to get an invite this season. Dueling High is going to be getting the invite to the Go Format World Championship. And that is going to wrap up our Obelisk number 63 here. Thanks, everybody, for hanging out and all of that good stuff. That is going to be it for me for this one. See ya.